Hi, Anthony here from West Coast Custom Concrete, the best in the West.
There's Laguna Beach. That's where this job's at, and that's the cove down below where I was at. And this will be the first time I've revisited one of my jobs and refilmed it because I got so many requests to come back and film this. And to be honest, I haven't seen it since I finished it. And here's the finished, famous Stairway to Heaven staircase that was featured in Popular Mechanics. It's in all kinds of different things. So I came back to film it, and I guess there was a lot of controversy about the railing and the landings, and I wasn't super clear. I didn't realize it when I was filming it that it was an existing house, and you don't have to put a landing in an existing house. And the way the how many feet I had and the tread they wanted, you couldn't get a landing in there. If I did put a landing in there, it would have been straight down. Here's the side where the stairs, and that's the wall I put in. They stuccoed it, put a railing on it. They landscaped it. I hadn't seen this house since I left, since I finished the job. I hadn't been back, but my media girl Kristen and I were bidding jobs in Laguna, and I said, "Why don't we go back over there and film that staircase and the job when it's done?" Because we hadn't seen it either. They put these fences up or these gates and railing up, and there's a bunch of leaves on it. But this is just how I showed up and what it looked like. I didn't hose anything down or broom it. I just filmed it the way it was. And they put the ground cover you'll see up top. And a lot of people didn't understand. They think that the staircase is going to crack. There's not one crack in it the way I did it. I put a case on or a key in it, and I took a lot of pressure off the bottom, and I tied it into the existing porch I put in. So if it shifts or moves an angle, I almost use like an archway with the keyway with the top block theory where all the pressure's at. So I put it at an angle where if an earthquake or something hit here, it would literally have to bunny hop out of the bedrock where I tied it into and be in the air and move over. There's the wall there. There's the wood they put on top and they stuccoed the wall. I did a video on that. I mean, that's one of the walls I did. Here's another staircase down the other side. And I gave a lot of different views on the stairs, and I zoom up on it. You'll see there's not one crack in it. It's probably 5 or 6 months old, I believe. I'm not quite sure. All the water I put behind the seated wall, the retaining wall I put in at the bottom of the I put drains and everything back there. This thing flows like a water slide. There's no water on this property. It just hits all the drains I put in and goes right out to the front. Here's the front of the street house right out there. Now we're going back up to towards the back of the house. So all the stuff I did and that you saw the videos of, that's the back of the house. It's not the front. And there's an existing gas line right there, and you can't encase a gas line in concrete. So this is how I did the stairs to avoid doing that because they couldn't move it because it came from the street. So that's how I did it down below. I like the wood they put on. It looks really nice. There's a sidewalk and little pour in place retaining wall I did, and that's gonna that ground cover, that green they put up there, it's gonna cover the whole hillside. Here I'm up top here. There's a stucco retaining wall we did. You can see the drains behind the wall I put in. There's a corrugated pipe on both sides. And as you can see, I'm giving you a really good look at the stairs. There's not one crack in them. I've seen all the earthquakes damage I see. I mean, if there was an 8.0 on the Richter, the epicenter was in Laguna Beach, which would be in the ocean, that would come in as a rolling earthquake, which wouldn't affect this at all. But if the epicenter was somewhere inland and it was a shaker and it shook this, I put it at an angle. The only place that a massive earthquake it might crack would be 3/4 of the way down, the way I angled it and the way I tied it in. Right about there, about 3/4 of the way down, it might get a little crack, but it's not moving. Because once you hit bedrock, that's what you have from that point on. You have bedrock, and it's tied into bedrock, and it's tied into the wall and the porch I put in and the sidewalk. So, and I put it at an angle, taking a lot of pressure off it. Here's my media assistant, Kristen. She was with me bidding jobs, so we came over here, and I had her model walking up and down the stairs. How steep it is. You got the street, and you got the floor height in the house, so that's what I had to deal with. And that's a retaining wall, the right, so it's locked in against that. There she is going back up it. And then I have the case on right about, or the keyway, whatever you want to call it. It's the same theory, right about where she's at there, which took all kinds of pressure off the bottom. You. And there's another angle of it there for going up and down it. That staircase isn't moving, nor is it going to crack. And that's the railing they put in. I hadn't seen it either. All the water breaks to the right and the left. Here's a good angle of it. It's not too steep. I mean, those are absolutely perfect. That staircase and this whole job on this property. There's not one crack in the whole and all of the whole property. Everything I poured, not even a hairline. That green cover they put up is going to cover the whole hillside in time. Here she is here going back up it. Here I am coming down it. And here's after work. We went to Newport Beach. That's Corona Del Mar across the harbor. We came and body surfed in Newport at the world famous Wedge. Her and I is 4 to 5 feet, 80-degree day, perfect day. Here I am getting ready to go out. Swells are coming in. That's after a hard day's work. It's generally where I'm at every day. There I am there. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.